Hello and welcome. This is the Market Wrap. I'm Agam Vakil. Well, we've seen more weakness in the indices and, well, perhaps some would argue it's a bout of profit taking. We saw the indices come off. The Nifty declining by 148 points, still mark of 11,400 to be 40 with just 1 day left for expiry. Decline around 1.3%. We have Power Grid, TCS and NTPC along with Indian Oil Corp advancing in trade, but not too much to speak for otherwise. SBI continues to bear down on the index, the top loser on the index in fact, and more weakness in the auto names. M&M, Eicher Motors, Maruti Suzuki and Tata Motors all declining in trade. So there is weakness, and Yes Bank continues to decline as well. What about the broader markets? Well, once again, we've seen a little reversal of what we saw 2 days ago. One gainer for 4 losers. Fine Organics advances by around 8%. Some more gains for IDBI Bank, Shankara Building Products and Indiabulls Integrated along with Diwan Housing Finance, but on the losing end, ICICI Securities wiping out all the gains that it saw day before. Dish TV India, Sterlite Technologies, as well as Jen Irrigation and DLF also under a tad bit of pressure. So, well, again, as many may argue, this is about a profit taking. Is this here to stay? That is a question that we need to ask. But let me address a handful of stocks. And I'm going to start off by talking about Titan Company because we've had a brokerage note, HSBC, which has upgraded Titan to a buy from hold, and it's also hiked the price target to 1,450 from around 1,200. Do remember, Titan currently trades bang in between that market, somewhere around 1,300, just shy of that. Now, the argument that HSBC is making is that it views Titan as a long-term structural winner, and it's well positioned to monetize on the ongoing shift from the unorganized to the organized sector, and sees further market share gains which have actually accelerated, and on the back of that they see appealing valuations. So there you have it. Well, we are looking at those gains coming in for Titan Company. Of course, besides Titan, there are plenty of other stocks that we need to keep an eye on. Of course, State Bank of India is the other one. In terms of brokerages, of course, we are watching out for, and we're also keeping an eye on several other factors as far as State Bank of India is concerned. That said, let's also talk about two other factors, which are two other stocks which are currently in focus. But before that, well, let's talk about State Bank of India. I'm going to get Shefali Malik to talk to us about that. Shefali, what do you have for us?
There was a note by Morgan Stanley which mainly talked about the asset quality concerns, and they're saying that it's not just SBI, it's the system on the whole which is facing asset quality concerns. Specifically, they spoke about the concerns with regards to the MSME segment, so that is one area that we need to watch out for. Also, they're saying that another concern is that if they have to lend a helping hand to some other distressed lender, that can become an even bigger concern. Other than that, they also spoke about the tax cuts benefit, but they're saying that that will not come in this year, but it will come in next year, because this year they have a deferred tax element which works out separately for a bit differently for banks. So because of which we may see the tax benefit in FY21 and 22, not in FY20. So that is perhaps sinking in into the street, and we saw the impact coming in today.
Quite naturally. Well, thanks, Shefali, for bringing us those details on State Bank of India. So keep an eye on that one. And on that note, let me get in Sharad Dubey to talk to us about one other aspect from the logistics sector. Sharad, what do you have for us?
Well, yes, Agam, the sector is quite buzzing right now, and Bloomberg News had reported that all cargo logistics is in discussions to acquire almost 6% stake in Gati. So this is actually backed by Goldman Sachs, and they're having almost 6% stake in the company, and the equity valuation will be roughly around 1,300 crore rupees. Now, if we see the stock reactions, first we see after the stake sale news had come, Gati's stock went up almost 3% and ended the day at around 55.6 rupees. And all cargo logistics, on the other hand, saw a decline of almost 2%. If you can see, there was a decline for all cargo logistics, which is almost 2%. So basically, this purchase might trigger a mandatory offer to buy Gati's outstanding shares, and board of all cargo will meet to consider this proposed acquisition. And also the Gati has managed to secure approval from its Japanese partner Kinetsu Group. So both these Kinetsu Group and Goldman Sachs they cumulatively hold around 17.1% stake, and the promoters hold around 14% stake. So definitely, Agam, in that this warehousing and logistics space, which is almost $127 billion industry in India. There's a lot of interest coming up, and even Amazon and all coming in. So it really is a very interesting space to watch out for. So
Sure.
let's see what happens for both the counters.
Well, thanks, Sharath, for getting us those updates on Gati as well as all cargo logistics. So we'll be watching out for both these companies. And of course, there's plenty more to wait and watch on. We'll watch out for. But can we expect any amount of recovery tomorrow? Let's keep an eye on the indices because it will be crucial. Well, on that note, it's a wrap on the markets. But lost my line now. Stay tuned to Bloomberg.